Hello, all of you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Zim, and this is Starlight New Dawn Scar, Chapter 3, Episode 14, Iron Valley. We shall begin, as we always do, with introductions, beginning with our storyteller Taldarius. Though I will say real quick that Whiskers, we do have Wicked Whiskers here working on some art today, so you'll see that after the beginning art scroll. Go ahead, Tal.
All right. Hello, I am Taldarius, and I will be the storyteller for Starlight New Dawn tonight. I'll be playing the allies, I'll be playing the enemies, and I'll be playing everything in between. The only thing that I will not be playing are wonderful player characters tonight. And as for my question for my players tonight, I have a couple different options here, but I think I'm going to go with here's a good one. Alrighty. Are you guys thinking about trying to explore what the actual role of the legendaries are in this world? Because notably, there was the mystery of, the legendaries just being around and ostensibly guarding things. But no one really seems to know what they're truly up to. Are you guys thinking about exploring this? Would your characters want to? Or do you just want them to make sure that they're going and doing their jobs, just whatever they may happen to be? Basically, to keep it, to concatenate a bit, do you want to get yourselves involved in that? And first up would be Argus, because we do not have the Amos.
Hi, I'm Aurum, and I play Argus, the scaredy cat tyrant, who's a rock dragon type, and on time for once. And as for the question, probably not, unless it's like actively part of one of the missions. From what Argus knows, he thinks all they're guarding is the reality shackles, and he doesn't want to touch those because that can cause zombie plagues of death. So, why go fight a dangerous legendary for something that might be even more dangerous? That is all.
Fair enough. We do not have the Azrith, so next up would be the Dart.
And the Dart is still making tea.
In that case, moving on to Jet.
Hello, everyone. I am Zim, and I am playing as Jet, the Ghost Electric type rockruff. As for the question, no. I don't really see a reason for Jet to get involved in that. Jet doesn't see a reason for him to get involved in anything with the legendaries.
Fair enough. Sin.
Hello, I am Colada the Jerboa. I play Sin, the mawile, a variant of mawile that is normal steel type. As for if Sin would have any interest in finding out more, getting involved with the legendaries, possibly. It would depend on if there was a potential of having to fight them. If he didn't have to fight them, he is interested in learning more about them because they seem to be quite powerful, and maybe he could learn from them.
All right, and last but not least, Vector.
Hey, hello, my name's Avi. I play as Vector, the flying water rockruff. Oh, knowing how Vector is I think he would be if he was given the opportunity. Absolutely, because he's gonna see that as like a potential to possibly being friendly, but never know. But also, he's like super curious about learning more about the world as well. But it would mostly depend. But yes, all the all the all the floofy friends, possible for all the possibilities.
Nice. And do we have the dart back yet? It looks like we
Still,
do not.
yeah, still getting the tea.
All right, any volunteers for the recap then?
All right, let me see. Okay, it's been a while. Just,
It has been a few weeks, yes.
yes, it has been a while. So hopefully, someone I may be missing a few things, but again, just correct me if I'm wrong or fill in. Feel free to. I. Oh, after the fight, I believe once everyone's able to kind of get dust off after fighting the group, we were able to be able to push forward with Sin leading the group, and we actually were able to find the staircase leading down and down and down, and there we found the very objective that we were looking for. We were able to find the gear that was on the pedestal. We were able to check out and obtained the very gear, and well, slowly make our way back up. And then essentially we turned it in. Got some wonderful pot roast as well from dinner after coming back from the mission and the dungeon. And well, we were doing some after some aftercare. Doing some training, a little bit of training, inspecting, meditating, reading, and we all decided to rest up. And now we wake up. The team woke up eating some pancakes, eating pancakes with the breakfast with the team, and we immediately started off to go essentially escort some caravans. And while we were going to start our caravans, we actually found apparently a tepig that was laying down bleeding, and turns out that was they weren't. It was definitely an ambush, and yeah, they did a wombo combo, and it was just was not very good, and unfortunately, it did left Kaza very wounded, and Kaza was able to teleport away. And here we are, continuing our mission to escort the caravan.
In addition to escorting the caravan, you are basically doing this also to make sure the gear gets delivered to Iron Valley to make copies of it.
Yep.
Yep. Which
Yeah.
I remember Argus was wanting to make his own schematics of it.
Yes, he has the tracing and the little schematic.
Yep.
But it'll be easier to copy someone else's because it might have more details than just level lengths, level sections.
All right. Doo-doo-doo. So now that that's done, one last check. Do we have Ladart? Still no.
Yeah, still search on the quest for tea.
Unless he forgot he's muted again.
I mean,
Yep.
maybe, but you guys better be careful on that. I have the classic meme and a new meme now.
A new meme?
Yes.
Tiberian says he's on his way?
It's on the way. That sounds good. Sounds good.
You know,
Oh, that
just-
answers a lot. Okay.
I have a new meme in addition to the classic one. I've sent it in the Starlight New Dawn.
Oh,
Should be scared.
So, Dart, you know my classic meme of the picture of Loki of unmute. I've been talking
I
for
see
30
that.
minutes. I have
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
new version I will be interspersing.
Nice.
Yes. Go ahead and do your intro.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Seda, and I play Dirt the Steel Ground Rockruff.
Were you able to hear the question?
Negative. I was also struggling to get Fantasy Grounds open.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Uh, In that case, the question was, would your character want to get involved with all of the legendary / god nonsense, given the given the risks associated, or are you content to let them just go about doing their job, whatever it may be? Basically, like if your character got the opportunity to interact with the gods, would they want to, or would it be a no?
For science.
Science.
I mean, like, if it's the difference between, like, being able to retire, or, ceasing to exist, yeah, no, Dart would definitely get involved with the gods. Even if just to, be there with a little clipboard to be like, I'm just going to observe this for, the official record keeping. And look, if, like, Dart got the opportunity, he'd be like, yeah, do a water spout through that mountain I want to see. I want to observe this power level.
It's over 9,000.
Though probably Kyogre would be a poor choice because it probably would result Dart with floating in, like, probably 6 feet of water.
I feel like Kyogre might be the one legendary that Dart might go, you know what, maybe not.
Hey, what better way to get over everything than to face basically one of the gods of water?
Okay. So oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I want to ride a god of water.
Oh yeah, sure, that'll go well. Okay. So for all of this, just to make sure to set the scene, you are just subject to a trap / ambush of what appeared to be some fairly prepared highwaymen. The only exposed member has started sprinting off into the woods very fast. Probably is their dedicated runner, considering how fast he's running. And in addition to that, the rather helpful Abra that had been traveling with you is teleported away after noticing that they had gotten poisoned, while unfortunately pecha berries are out of season here. Meaning there was no real available cure for the poison condition. Do you want to attempt to give chase, or are you going to stick around your caravan?
Arcus is sticking around the caravan, but keeping an eye out and ready to fight. While, kind of hiding half inside it. He's ready, not willing.
I do want to ask a question. How's the is it every in a clearing and there's like in the where the Tempest is running is like heavily forested, or
It's very forested. Imagine originally it was like just straight up forest, and then it's now transitioned into like rolling hills that are very forested. It seems like you're going towards an area that has, like, at least some amount of, topography elevation change. Because the hills have been steadily growing larger.
Mm.
So it is a very forested, hilly area, which means that there's likely a lot of crevices and ravines and the like.
Mhm. Yeah, because essentially what I was thinking maybe is like flying a little bit, like flying above, like as I'm toward, like a little bit towards, it's like I'm not like going like full chase, but just to see if I can get like a better vantage.
All right. Are you just attempting to watch out for additional ambushes? Are you trying to track them down? What's your...
Just looking for more potential ambushes in the area.
All right. You only have 15-foot fly speed, but then again, you guys aren't exactly moving too fast, or at all right now, because the caravan has stopped. So no need for an athletics check to keep up with anything, so just go ahead and roll me a perception, and... It's going to be a bit of a mixed bag here. Take 2 additional dice, but increase difficulty due to the canopy.
Yeah, that's fair. Take 2 dice. Okay. Body perception and skill, right?
Yep. Oh, it'd be body, expertise, perception.
Oh, but expertise. Oh, gotcha.
So just remember, you're getting 2 extra dice, but you're also looking for 8s here, not 7s.
Yep, gotcha. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And roll. Oh, I see a 10 in there.
Well, I guess the increased difficulty didn't matter too much. Okay.
Oh.
At least it wasn't a bot.
And somebody was recommending the other day that we might want to increase difficulty, but remove the one subtracting, and I'm like, I don't think we need that.
And here's your proof.
Besides, the system, considering the like everything, it works really well around it being based around 7s. The system works very well based around 7s. I don't want that changing.
Yeah, I don't either. It's just nice to have, very good proof that we're good where we're at.
Yeah. Okay. You are like, watching out for, any sort of signs of ambush or the like. Like, you do see a little bit of movement through the trees in the distance, but that's like probably just that one group running away. You're not too sure, but you do see like, some flashes of color through the canopy at some points, but like nothing that's approaching or surrounding the caravan at all.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna kind of slowly, gently fall. Like I'm gonna start falling down, or land, or move towards the group. And I'm just gonna say well, that might be just them. I don't think I saw anything else, but I don't know. Victor's kind of sighs a little, though. I feel bad. I was kind of tricked by that. I really thought they were actually hurt. I just wish I could have helped. Victor kind of gives a little sigh, but I guess Oh yeah, but
But they hurt our Kaza. I don't want to help them anymore.
I know, it's just yeah. Well, I guess the more important thing is that hopefully the caravan or anyone else wasn't hurt by that. I know, and Kaza is. I'm sure Kaza will be fine, but still, it just I don't know. It's gonna be a little hard to kind of feel safe around with other people here, especially if they really wanted to be, you know, taking stuff from us, I guess. But
Uh,
how's that? Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say that the person you would recognize as the like the sort of like the de facto like caravan leader, who is a war turtle, kind of starts to like leave the main caravan area, and like because you guys were like slightly ahead of the caravan now, and like try and walk up to you guys. You guys continue walking. I'm just letting you know that you could see him starting to approach.
This is a question. Would I be approaching with them? Because I was with, like, if I recall correctly, I was in the lead wagon. I didn't even step out for the ambush portion.
He was more towards the middle, so that way, like, he could, like, respond to things in case, like, oh, hey, this one had a broken wheel or whatever. So he was actually more towards the middle, so you could actually get there a little bit ahead of him if you wanted to move right away.
I will watch him leave.
If you want to wait for him and go up with him, though, that is also perfectly fine.
And I'd probably just be like, why'd we stop?
Well, it seems like there was some sort of commotion up front. A couple members of your team went forward talking about someone being hurt, and then there were moves that came out from the trees and they hit the abra among you. And well, I want to try and make sure everyone's okay, but well, it's I don't know what's going on too much.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
I just want to know, like, I'm able to see this, like, I'm able to see the group, like, in this conversation, right? Like, I don't want to, like, am I close enough, or
Oh yeah, yeah, no. Like this is literally just like the caravan master coming up from the center of the caravan and like approaching you guys because you're just like just a tiny bit ahead of the caravan.
okay, gotcha. Oh, and just Victor kind of like notices and kind of walks. I was like, sorry for the delay here. We had to stop. Unfortunately, we were just attacked by what appears to be possibly bandits, but unfortunately, yeah.
Everything
But
okay?
um, well, other than Kaza, unfortunately, they're gonna get some. They need teleported away to get to to a doctor they know, but everything. I believe everyone else should be okay. Just definitely, we'll see. We must be careful from here on out even more. Seems like they specifically seem to be targeting us for now. Granted, though, it is because we probably are taking this road. Well, definitely, they are coming. Do I know the general direction that they ran towards?
Um, you would know the general direction because you were able to see them a little bit through the trees. They weren't following the road at all. It looks like they were just moving deeper into the forest. Although you would know like generally where they were going,
Yeah,
like
were they like perpendicular to the road? Like as we're
no, but like they didn't run like directly away, like at a little bit of an angle, but like it's not at anywhere that you saw like the road's path, like it meeting up again anywhere.
gotcha. So I just kinda like with my palm, I just kinda like point the general direction that I last saw them. Just be like, oh, they seem to be they did approach from that angle over there. So possibly they may be I mean, granted, I'm not really too familiar with the area itself, but I did get a good few. But surely there is a group there as well. I believe there was already four counting on the moves, but probably a fifth, so it's not really a bad idea to assume that there may be a little bit more than what they've revealed. But we are dealing with a group here for sure.
The Wartortle is gonna like rub the side of his head a bit and just go, I don't know why they attacked us though. Normally the highwaymen and bandits around here attack the shipments going out of Iron Valley.
Hmm.
It's possible it's some sort of desperation. There could be something else going on that we're not aware of.
Maybe they want something we have?
Well, I guess the question is, how did they know what we have? Do you? I just kind of turn and then just kind of turn to the World Turtle. Is there usually stuff that goes into Iron Valley as well? Like, have
Oh,
there been any previous attacks?
well, so Iron Valley isn't as good at producing its own food, and given a recent population boom, well, they've kind of outstripped their food, so they had to import it a lot, especially from Daybreak and Greenwood. And so generally, we end up putting food on these shipments, send it in, and then load up again with metals. Sometimes, for if we're lucky, we get our hands on some precious metals, and then leave. And that's normally when we get attacked. Normally, it's when we're leaving
Hmm.
because they want to try and get the metals or precious ones at that.
Hmm. Hector just kind of like just rubs, just like kind of like putting his paw on his shin, just in like thinking. Mhm. No, if this is something new, then either we maybe it may be not the it may be a different kind of bandits, but I will say though, I was pondering on in here isn't going to get this shipment through, so I would
And
just
if anything,
say,
it just leaves us more exposed.
yeah, I do agree on that. If everyone's all right, I would say let's keep on moving. The longer time we take on the shipment, the more time we're going to be exposed here.
And if we see another injured person, we should probably check from afar.
Or at least have or maybe have another group on standby.
Poke him with
Never
a
know.
stick.
Yeah. But I do apologize for the sudden stop here. But I suppose we better get on moving, I suppose, unless there's anything else anyone wants to check out.
I'd say no need to apologize. Like, we do have a duty to check out those that might be injured, but sometimes it's gonna be a trap. What kind of
Mhm.
world would this be if we just ignored every plea for help because they might harm us?
Mhm.
Well, that's why we have to check, but safely, because I don't want to see one of you guys have to get teleported away, because I don't think anyone here knows teleport. Kaza wasn't able to teach me yet.
We'll find someone else to teach you.
Either way, for your decision on that, I should get the caravan moving again, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All
I
right.
suppose. All right, back to positions.
And the world total will go ahead and do like a half run waddle back to the caravan.
Waddle,
I
waddle,
mean,
waddle, waddle, waddle.
he is still a turtle, so
He could just go on his shell and Koopa slide over to him. Or over there.
Just sprays water, or it just slides like
Like a skipping stone, but
yeah.
Yes!
uh, but
But yes, but Vector is going to go back to on top of the caravan.
Argus will go back into his little caravan area and peek out to look.
Yep.
But stay mostly hidden.
back to positions. I believe Sin had taken up the rear originally, so back there he will go.
oh, okay. What the? Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
hear you.
Okay, good, because I had like I had like almost all of my programs just crashed.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh heck!
Can you uncrash them?
I don't know.
The war turtle fell and Koopa'd into your your programs.
Warturtle.exe has stopped working.
Caravan leader? Caravan leader.
Oh no, he's T-posing.
It's the T-posing, glitching, going through the geometry. Oh no!
This Singno has appeared.
All right. Well, I guess I have to open back up all of my opera shit again. Time to wait for the 600 something tabs to load.
You know, that'd be a fun question of the day. How would your character react to another Pokemon T-posing?
We already
we're
have
kinda
that, though.
used to it. Yeah, we've seen you T-pose, we've seen Arzadeo T-pose, we've seen Amos T-pose. It's always the puppy types that T-pose. Maybe it's just a puppy thing.
Okay, but who would have the most adverse reaction to be surrounded by the rest of the group T-posing?
Argus. He would have a complete breakdown.
Okay, so basically, one of Argus's nightmares be like, you know, in a black void being like, Sin, Vector, Azareth,
around, see T-pose.
Jet. And then just like see one of them like, you know, horror movie sound, and then just like T-pose, like looking down, only the face illuminated. And then like you run away, you look around, next one's T-posing, and then just culminating in like just being surrounded by the entire group T-posing in front of you.
Yeah,
And then you
that-
just wake up in a scream.
Oh no!
Yes, that is the exact thing. But the only thing that would be added is the eyes have to be like facing away from each other in the T-pose.
Oh lord.
I'm gonna also add in no clip.
Oh,
No
No clip.
No clip T-posing.
and one of them, and I volunteer Vector, one of them is blepping.
Yes.
You are blep T-posing. Jet is like half inside the floor T-posing, no clip.
Oh, no,
Vector's
no,
T-pose hovering in the sky.
Jet's T-posing upside down. You're sorry for this nightmare fuel chat.
I'm sorry, chat. Welcome to Argus's nightmares. The most mundane things.
All right. Oh, did we just get the
We have got the RC.
RZ?
Perfect timing.
I have pizza. It just finished cooking.
Huzzah.
Intro, I guess. Hi. I'm Arzadeu, and I play Azareth, the off-card jangmo-o, who's just a dragon type. He likes to jingle jangle a lot. And yes, I actually did hear the question. The answer to that is yes. He would do stuff with legendaries. Faith, prayer, worship, religion. Am I missing anything?
Nope.
Cool.
Cool.
What would your reaction be to everyone T-posing?
When do these life-size statues come into... oh well. The painting's realistic. Yeah, I have no clue what's going on right now. I was actually away dealing with lots of stuff that would have messed up my headsets.
Also, as a follow-up question to the legendary question, are we able to earn heart ranks with them?
I don't know, maybe.
I want to earn heart ranks of Xerneas. Xerneas is awesome, and they have the gems that can protect me.
Selfish.
It is very selfish, but also very friend-worthy.
All right. But yeah, you guys would be able to take up positions on the Thingan. Arzy, would you like Azareth to have done or commented or said anything? Yada yada yada.
About what? The last thing I was hearing about stuff was when the Vector was rolling for perception.
Okay. Basically, just there was a conversation on about if a similar thing happens again and you see an injured Pokemon, are you gonna like try and help from a distance? Are you gonna stay clear? You know.
Stay clear and watch. I wouldn't want to have another repeat. It would be nice to help, but examinations first.
All right. So, as for what'll happen is the rest of your journey will be unaccosted. It'll just be walking. Although obviously there will be a much higher sense of a heightened sense of awareness and wariness about your surroundings. Um, Arzi, were you able to hear for the conversation about why this was weird or no?
Nope.
Okay. Well, the War Turtle, who is the caravan master, commented that it's weird that this would happen because, well, normally they wouldn't be attacking caravans going into Iron Valley. They'd be attacking caravans going out that are carrying metals and precious metals and the like.
That would make sense.
The Due to a recent population boom, Iron Valley is actually mostly just importing food at this point.
Well, they could be targeting that because there's now food, or they heard about the special gear we possibly have. Who knows?
Yep, it is very unclear, actually.
There's only way to find out. Is to go there.
Indeed. Investigate before taking action, because we have packages to deliver.
Or maybe, if we're lucky, they'll never show their faces again because they got scared off, and we'll never have to deal with them again, and they'll tell all the bandits to go away, and then we just all live happily ever after.
Such would be a nice song.
Maybe it's a bit too optimistic.
All right. Oh, God.
So we continue to Iron Valley.
Yep.
We shall go.
Yep, and as you get to Iron Valley, you do see that, well, true to its name, it is situated in a valley. It seems like there is... You wouldn't quite describe them as... Maybe not like a full mountain, but, well, close enough. They are rather large hills that form a valley with a ravine in it. Then it seems like a rather bustling town is inside. Interestingly enough, this might be one of the first towns that you've seen at all that isn't in, well, just about any state of ruin. It just seems to be a bustling town. There's no like, the pieces of masonry or fallen pillars or abandoned buildings or anything of that nature. It is just a bustling town.
Argus has one question.
Yes.
This is called Iron Valley. Are the rocks magnetic? Can I magnetize some rocks?
I mean, you could definitely try.
I want to try it and magnetize a rock.
So, we're looking for a new player for the for our Starlight game. Unfortunately, we just lost one. His character died, so we're looking for a new player, guys.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the entire mountain collapsed somehow.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so we gotta.
Somehow Argus died.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Are-
thought we were having Jet's funeral.
Oh, probably
We
that
already
too.
had that.
They weren't behind the two tanks in the party, defending everyone.
You just thought magnetizing a rock in Iron Valley would be cool, because then we have a magnet.
Iron
You
Valley
might think,
to Magnet Valley.
I was about to say, you might think that's cool, but some of us are metallic, and magnets have proven to be kind of unfortunate for us.
Yeah,
That just means I can stick things to you. You guys are my fridge. I could put magnets on you.
Oh Lord.
I need to get magnetic letters. And I could just magnetize your names onto you.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
No, I guess the question. No, I guess the question is, why is it such a bustling place? Like, why is it so? Why is there? What what is it? What is it that makes people attracted to here?
Well, I mean, iron's very attractive.
Also, real quick, RZ, we are getting some background noise to your mic.
That will be my wash machine. I'll be muted for a lot of the session.
All right, just make sure that you unmute when you have something to say.
I would think because they said a population boom and they saw iron, and iron's magnetic, and magnetic things attract. So therefore, it attracts people. Right?
Blink.
I would assume that's more of the durability of metal.
Argus is gonna go pick up a rock, sit in the caravan, and just play with his rock.
Okay, you have fun with that. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean about it. It's just, well, you have fun playing with your rock in the caravan. I'm just imagining Argus like looking at the rock, looking at the gear, and then going and putting the rock in the middle of the gear.
Yes, yes, that is exactly what Argus is doing.
Only the greatest of minds here, people.
I have invented a thingy in a gear.
Ladies and gentlemen, your inventor.
I have to say, the city this town looks quite lovely, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't look as downtrodden as a lot of the other places that I've seen. Uh, are we actually like at the little city at this point? Or are we still walking towards it?
You're still technically walking towards it, but it's like the walking towards it as in, well, like you could literally see it. You like crested a hill, like one of the surrounding hills of the place because it is a valley, and now we're just going towards it.
Okay. as as we're going towards it, Sin is going to kind of muse out loud. I wonder if they have anything I could use to try and make something out of. I vaguely remember that I used to make jewelry. He's looking up in the air as if he is trying to remember something specific, cannot, but not necessarily doing so at the moment, and manages to run into a cart, or as he is not paying attention, and starts walking faster. I said something more, but my mic didn't pick it up, and now I don't remember what the next thing I said was.
Unfortunate.
Uh, uh, as we go, Sin is going to move up from the front towards the. I think you said it was a war turtle.
Yep.
Yeah, and just kind of like walking up to closer to them so that he can actually ask a question. Is going to ask, "Do you know if there's somewhere I might be able to purchase some tools and possibly materials here, or?"
What? Just tools and materials for what kind of thing? I mean,
I was trying to remember the specific term for it, but for jewelry making. Uh, I'm pretty sure that there's a word for that, but maybe some materials that could be made into things like bracelets or bangles.
oh, well, I mean, yeah, there should be. I mean, there is some amount of export of precious metals and the like. I mean, it's not exactly the most it's not exactly plentiful, but there is some level of export of that. So I'd imagine, yeah, there's probably some place where you could get some good tools for working that and some materials to use.
Sin is going to smile a little bit and nod, uh, now excited, and say, "That is very good. Good. I don't have a lot of my memories, but I remember that I used to be able to make jewelry, and I want to try my hand at it again. So hopefully I can find enough material to work with for a while." He's going to then look back at or look towards who had the money in the party. Was it Jet? Was Jet the one we were having hold all the money?
I think we're split 3 ways. I think like Dart, Vector, and Jet were holding on to money.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we had just put it all in the one person because we got the bag of the not bag of holding. Can't think of what we called it.
The Wonder
Oh,
Bag.
Wonder Bag.
Wonder
Wonder
Bag.
bag. Yes, that's right.
We did split some of the gold because Argus has 13 gold on him.
Okay, so the money was slightly split up, but not much. The majority did go into group funds, which Jet is the primary one holding onto those.
I was
Though the
trying to
majority
remember.
of that is currently in a bank account. That
That's
said,
right.
Jet does have 309 gold with him that is, able to be used immediately. There's 312 in the bank right now.
Wow, we have a lot more than I thought for the group. But I thought it was Jet that had been the primary fund holder, but I could not remember. So Sin is going to look towards where Jet is and kind of speak a little up. Jet, do you think it'd be okay if I got some materials for that? I could try and make everybody something.
I've got no idea, or no problem with that, but it'd be kind of up to the whole, group.
Sin is then going to start looking at the rest of the group, like one after the other, or 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 trying to see their reactions to the suggestion, and just say, "Do any of you mind?"
Argus is playing with his gear, so he's not really paying attention.
Jet's going to primarily be looking at Dart and Vector. Well, I think those are the three rockruffs, I think, are the only ones that have access to the bank account.
Victor is just bluffing. And only it says, I have 13 gold. That's it.
Jet makes a mental note. Maybe he should take Vector off.
He knows that he just has all he knows is that he has 13 gold in his pocket right now, or one in the bag. That's it.
How does the Vector wear pants?
No,
What
like
are
this
pants?
or like this.
Or did he just sew the pocket into his fur?
Oh, true.
Oh, that sounds horrifying. Sewing the pocket into the fur.
This is why you should invest in being a steel type. You can have magnetic pockets.
Yeah, but then when you put your credit card in your pocket, it gets, basically vaporized.
Oh,
Necessary sacrifice.
Sin is going to add, because I remember, and just checked. I do have some funds myself, but I don't know how much precious material costs. So that's why I'm wanting to make sure it's okay.
Well, I guess since no one else is really giving input on this,
Yeah,
I guess. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was also just looking at my inventory for a moment because I realized however we split the gold, I did not write that down, so I'll have to resolve that later.
I think
But-
it's just 13 gold each. I think the majority did go to Jet to basically be used for supplies and storage and, group funds.
Okay, just one moment. I'm just going to join Vector in the bluffing with the head empty. I have 13 gold in my pocket. But...
Okay, based on that sterling feedback,
but in all seriousness, Dart's going to muse over for a moment and be like, well, I personally don't see the problem with it. for a lot of us, we are seeking parts of ourselves. You know, those parts of our memories that we're losing, and in my view, anything that would maybe help spark that, you know, no matter how personal is, you know, I think is a wise purchase. So if you feel, you know, getting some jewelry making material would help you connect with those memories that you're trying to find, then in my eyes, go for it. Because we might be in a similar position where where one of us might need to make a personal purchase to try to connect with ourselves.
I have no qualms with that for sure. I just, you know, make sure everybody's good with it. Also, we have fan art.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it bad?
It's on the screen.
Screams from the distance.
Oh, it has been updated. It has been updated based on recent revelations.
Please, please, I need
Argus screams. Argus screams and hides.
This is blurst.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
This is amazing.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Horrifying.
The like the wide stance T posing just is putting the Badger song in my head.
Yeah.
I was exactly thinking that.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh my god, are you rockruffing?
Actually, no, it's not Badger. It's puppy.
Does the jet blepping his tongue fall with gravity? Probably. Probably.
Now, would the snake version be a ghost? Just being like, oh, a ghost. As Jet appears.
As Jet just T-poses across the screen. Just like idly floating across like in space. This is glorious. I love it.
So yeah. I guess the consensus of 2 is Sid gets the money.
Can my thingy be magnetic? Or spin?
I mean,
have
you just
found
picked
I
up
like
a
spinning things.
you have picked up a random rock. So you know what? Call high or low.
Low.
Ooh, unfortunate. It is not magnetic.
Oh no, I meant my thing that he said he was gonna make one for each of us.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just talking about like picking up a random rock.
No, I want my accessory to be magnetic or spin because I found I like spinning things.
Are you actually asking that, or were you too distracted in character? Because Sin would actually reply if you're actually asking him.
I will ask that.
Okay.
But you didn't even know he was asking in the first place.
I can pay somewhat attention. I just invented a fidget spinner at the time, okay?
No. Oh no.
I'm going down the rabbit hole. But hey, we could be millionaires.
I'm just imagining just Argus becoming a traveling fidget spinner salesman.
Oh no.
On a private flying across with a flying
Could I
private jet
interest
just
you in a
spinning.
spinning gear?
So, well, hearing that the general consensus of those who want to input is yes, Sin gets kind of teary-eyed, and then I assume Argus asks the question. Sin
Can I have a
blinks.
magnetic one?
Yeah, Sin blinks, looks back to where Argus would be, scratches his chin, and says, "I can try. I suppose that'd be something I could work on."
Yay! I have found magnets are fun. They stick together. And then they fly away.
I'm just gonna have to be careful around them. Can't make it too strong. Otherwise, I might have another door smack me in the face.
No, that's only when I magnetize. Oh.
He squints a little with a wry smile in your direction.
Argus is going to hide behind the gear he is holding. Which is not very effective because he has a big head.
So, anyways, with our current balance, I think we could probably put about, 40, maybe 50, gold towards this. I hope that'll be enough.
We'll have to see how much the materials cost, but I have 14 myself. I just don't know if that'll be enough, because I don't know what the price of material is or how much each tool is going to cost. I also have to double check if anybody would know what the tools are called, because I remember shapes, the names of some, but I don't remember everything. Starts scratching his chin again.
Well, we can ask around when we get into town. City, town, place. I need to ask them about the gear thingy, because I want to make more of these, because they are fun. I'm not playing with it.
Gwent. Sure. I assume we were probably still going while the conversation was happening, walking and talking. So, would we have had enough time to get there?
I'd say yeah. Notably, a lot of the houses, now that you get closer, while there does seem to be, like, like some amount of wooden houses, like purely wooden houses, that is, the majority of which have at least a base of stone, if not entirely made out of stone. If you've ever seen those houses where, like, like the first floor is stone and then after that it's wood on top, there's also some of those.
Very cool.
Trying to remember what our specific thing we were doing, like guild mission thing, whatever that's called.
We're escorting them to the town. So
Okay.
I think we got it, unless they need us to escort them to a certain place in the town.
That's what I was going to ask. Were we supposed to escort them all the way to a specific location, or?
No, because you were just supposed to escort them to town. The other part of your specific mission was to make sure that the gear got delivered to the guild hall in Iron Valley.
Okay.
Which is where
okay.
I want to go, because they need to teach me things.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was going to ask. Was asking because I couldn't remember if we were supposed to escort the people to a specific location or if it was just the gear. But as they're walking in, Sin is going to be like on the lookout for the guild hall, seeing if it's anywhere obviously around, before so he can point it out to the others if he sees it.
In the other towns you've been in, generally it's actually been pretty easy to identify the guild hall. If not, by it being constructed slightly differently than just by the pure amount of traffic. But curiously enough, in this location, it's smaller than Starlight. It absolutely is. But it's also much more compact. And there is just a generalized bustle here. So you're not able to do the normal thing of just, okay, go where the most people are going.
Hey, Mr. Caravan Leader, do you know where the guild hall is?
Oh,
Since you do all the travel?
The guild hall here? Yeah, sure. It's okay, so what you're gonna want to do is from here, the town square should be down that road, and it's going to be on the other side of it, a little bit more towards the and he's gonna point towards one of the nearby hills and sort of use that as a landmark. And you want to go more towards that hill once you reach the town square.
Okay. I think.
Don't worry about it. You'll realize which building it is. They're fairly clearly labeled here.
Okay.
And you
good.
can see that around there are the hanging signs that are on that were on buildings a lot of the time, where it's just on a metal thing, and it's just this place has that thing going on.
Hanging signs.
Yeah,
I
effectively.
should
Yeah.
make one for our clubhouse when we make it. Argus is getting so many ideas.
For those of you looking around at the people, you'll notice that there's a high amount of rock, steel, ground, and fire types here.
I fit in.
Vector is kind of tippy tapping around, looking for he's looking around the shops as he making his way over to the group. Is there any interesting shops here? Kind of curious. Just doing some window shopping.
So, for a lot of the shops here, you are not in the primary merchant quarter yet. You sort of just went into the closest one to town. If you want to go with the caravan, they'll be going to the heavy merchant district first. So most of the shops around here are generally things that are just your general day-to-day kind of shops, and nothing too special.
Gotcha.
But if you go to the dedicated merchant quarter, you're much more likely to find more interesting shops there.
Gotcha. And this is to the group. I just want to make sure we're heading over to the guild house, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, just want to make sure. Yes. Yeah. Victor. Yeah. Knowing that, Victor will be like, yeah, I show you. But probably after when we drop off the gear, we actually wouldn't mind just checking out the place here as well. It's so different.
Yeah, Dart being enamored a little bit by seeing some other ground and steel types, or at least such a high number, just kind of being yeah. Left a little speechless.
I wonder if they're puppy types too.
Oh, tippy tappies. Tippy tappy. Very excited.
Is the group going to go with the caravan, or is or was anyone specifically wanting to go straight to the
And we're
the
supposed to
guild?
go to the guild hall. We made it.
Yeah, I would say let's get to the guild hall, and then we can drop our things, and it shouldn't take too long. And we might have enough time to explore the merchants area.
Yeah,
And to
that's
teach me how to make a gear.
Yeah, and also that too. Might as well get the important stuff done.
I'm important.
Pat, 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 pat.
oh man, I said yes you are, and it didn't pick it up, and and I'm like, man, I was trying to be nice, and it didn't pick up.
You're trying to be nice, but you failed. You rolled a nat 1 on your niceness.
Look, you're trying to be nice, but Discord realized that your character is called Sin, so
You don't know.
Tanya, thank you very much for that raid. Welcome in. How was your stream? I hope you had a great one. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me. Orca? You okay there?
I think Orca accidentally copy pasted just like an entire segment of chat.
I think
It's not
so.
even a coherent segment. It's literally not
No.
even a coherent segment. It's just a random segment of chat.
Oops. I think they butt copied and pasted.
Oh,
Don't
no.
worry about it.
But anyways, thanks so much for that raid. Welcome in. Yeah, we're doing some Starlight New Dawn, one of our Pokemon tabletop RPGs. Settle on in and enjoy the show, everybody.
All right, but so you guys were deciding to go to the guild hall first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. In that case, following the instructions of the caravan master, you are treated to going to the town square first, which is there's like a handful of merchant stalls there, although it's more of like the pop-up food type stalls than like, you know, anything really extravagant. However, there does appear to be a rather well-made metal fountain in the middle of the town square. Unsurprisingly, it is of Azernius. However, what appears to be a spot for, like, you know, a couple of gemstones on the antlers that, like, you know, were intentionally, you know, left empty, are missing.
Did they steal them from here too, or is that just supposed to be a accurate model of our guild leader?
You could ask them about that.
Yeah, we should probably ask. Sen is going to look closely at the fountain, see if there's any indication, like obvious indication of if there was something slotted in those spots before.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Go ahead and use any attribute you want.
Let me check my.
And I don't really have a specific expertise that I'd like to give you a bonus for, though if you'd like to make a case, go ahead.
I can't really think of any specific ones that would make sense to get a bonus for. I'm personally going with logic because it seems like with the knowledge of like just general crafting knowledge that my character has and his perception, like his ability to perceive things, it makes sense that he's trying to use his logical processing abilities to see what might be out of the place, but that's just the one that makes the most sense to me out of everything.
All right. In that case, this will be on difficulty 6 instead of 7,
Okay.
as that will help you. I say as you get no 6s.
Yeah, of course. It's when you say that the dice are gonna spike.
Yeah, that is still 4 successes. So with 4 successes, you would notice, actually, like, fairly quickly, that there is, like, some sort of a finish on the statue, like, presumably because it's metal and they don't want it, like, getting messed up from the water. But in the slots for the gems, there are some places where, like, it looks like they might have been removed a little bit more roughly than they needed to be because the finish is scratched up a bit.
Okay, Sin is going to make a little clicking sound with his tongue. The kind of sound you would make if you're thinking specifically, and then say, "Well, looking at it closely, I do want to. I think I should ask to be sure, but it looks like somebody took out something from there, and a little more roughly than they should have, because the finish is scratched." And he starts pointing out the little spots. It's like here, here, here. It's like I'm pretty sure someone must have taken stuff from there. So,
Wait, go ahead, sorry.
I was just say he trails off a bit and then looks to the rest of the group. Well, for reactions.
Question is, do you think they took them?
I
I
don't
bet
know.
the alabaster gleam took them.
Say, let's take a look at this later. Let's check in with the guild first. And then we can use our time later to take a further look at this.
We could also very easily just ask the guild when we get there. I'm sure they would know.
Yeah, that too, and probably get a little bit more detail as well. But more importantly, where is the guild hall from here? Victor's like kind of like looking around, scanning.
You would know that you were told to, like, go towards a specific hill from here, just as like a generalized landmark. This was sort of the middle point.
And then we'll Sin will start walking in the direction that they would have been told to go, keeping an eye out. But I don't know if he'll be the one to find it first. Actually, perception is a thing he's got a thing for.
It is, although if you want to be trying to follow this, maybe a navigation might be better.
That is true.
Attempting to navigate through the through the town.
Does anybody have navigation skill? Might be good to use.
I have initiative.
Does flying help?
Flying would help being able to see things from above.
I have one on navigation.
Navigation help?
I will say also that navigation is a skill you may want to invest in there, Avi. Because...
Yeah, I figured with flying and navigation, yeah. I did realize that would be very helpful to add more points.
Also, it does govern your ability to use vehicles and to pilot vehicles.
Okay,
So if
that
I ever want my
okay.
tank, I need navigation.
You spoke the magic words to the person who adores planes.
I know. I just decided to make that clarification known because I knew it would hook Abby into getting points in it.
Well, I was also wanting to say because it also is helps with, difficult flying situations.
You could have told me sooner.
It's in the book. We have the document.
But yeah, I will fly up and I will try to spot it from a higher vantage point.
All right. Go ahead and make me a perception check then.
So sure. Six, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Roll that dice. Oh, did it not go? Oh, did
Nope.
not go.
Did not go. No go.
3, 3, 3, 3. There we go. Oh, okay. 1, 2,
Okay.
3 dice.
Ooh. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, I believe. Yep, 9.
Yeah.
Huh.
9 on 9. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So, from your advantaged position, over the ostensible center of the town, you are able to clearly see just about everything in Iron Valley. And you get to really appreciate just how, condensed and together this town really is. Because it was hard to tell from, farther away. But now from above, you're able to see the pure amount of, nooks and crannies that are in this town. Where, alleys go into other alleys and the like. This is not just some sort of, loosely packed town. This is like an actual condensed town. And you see all manner of Pokemon going about their day. And as you look in the direction that you were told to, you do notice that there is a building that has a fairly similar architecture to a guild building, although it does have its own bit of local flavor. Notably that it's one of those buildings that is half stone, and then above that it is wood. The second floor of it would be wood. And notably, instead of the other towns where this is the busiest place and everyone's going in and out of the guild hall, in here it actually seems like it's even a little bit less busy than the other buildings around it. But you are able to identify where the guild hall building is.
I picture he's still kind of floating up, just he's kind of floating down, but still floating. It just kind of turns I'm gonna say he's pitching downwards, kind of to turning down. It's down. It's hey, I found it. It's pointing. It's pointing it with his front paws. He's it's over there.
Already?
Yeah.
That was fast. Having a flyer is very useful.
Oh yeah, and I'm still getting used to this, but I'm liking it. This you can see the shine in his eyes, having a lot of fun with it, and slowly learning the capacity of this ability. He's very happy. He's wagging his tail. But
Hey,
yeah, good.
Out of character, petition to make Vector's official theme "Walking on Sunshine."
But yeah, Vector was like wagging he's wagging his tail. It's like, oh, yeah, we can actually we should be able to go there no problems from here.
What are we waiting for?
I don't know, but let's go.
Lead the way.
Jingle, jingle, jingle,
Still,
jingle.
still doing floating tippy tappies, but in the air.
Tippy tappy
You
the
know-
air.
Funny thing I thought of. With one in so high in the sky, they could totally see everything that's happening, including the crimes happening right now. No, okay, I'll see myself.
All right, but yeah, you guys will be able to make your way to the guild hall, no problem.
Yeah, Victor's like
Huzzah.
this. He's like kind of like flying and doing a little loopy loop and landing on front, like landing near in front of the guild. I was like, ta-da!
Argus will clap.
Yay! Victor is very happy and goes to hug Argus.
Eep. Argus will hug back. In surprise.
But yeah, now we can actually get the gear delivered and all. And also that, kind of hungry. Not gonna lie. Woof.
Into the guild.
Yeah, tippy tappy to the guild.
All right. And inside of the guild, you see well, actually, you see something that you have never seen before and is actually like very interesting. And then you see someone that you actually kind of recognize. The one that you don't know is a bastiodon. It is,
Wow.
it's just kind of around, and it's not really like behind the reception desk. It's sort of more like beside it. And talking to it, to something that is a quarter of its size, you see Dom there. The Eevee.
Oh,
Hey, we know him.
Victor's just gonna wave. Wait.
Yeah, Dom. He's facing away from you, but
Oh.
he's he's talking to the Bastiodon who's like besides the thing, so like
Oh, okay.
his back is facing you.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
How'd you spell the name again? Just D-O-N?
What'd you say?
How'd you spell the name again?
Oh, it's just DOM.
Cool. D-O-M. Okay.
Yeah, it's short. It's literally just short for Dominic, but he just goes by Dom. If it helps, you last saw Dom
Starlight.
in Starlight. Yep. Specifically because he was dealing with Pops.
Mm-hmm.
He told us to go away and we went away, but now he's here. Do we need to go away again?
Okay, I remember the Eevee now. A little bit. They just showed up for one scene and now they're back again. Okay.
Yep. It is just someone that you would recognize because you literally saw them yesterday in character. So.
This is true.
But yeah, it looks like they aren't talking very loudly, and there is like a small din inside, so you're not quite able to like overhear their conversation. But it does sound like they are talking with each other.
Victor's going to he's gotta, what does they sneak up, but he's gonna like walk behind, just kind of like poke around his head, just like, and he just taps the Eevee on the shoulder gently.
Tippy tappy on
Tip-
the Eevee.
Tippy tappy, yeah, tippy tappies on the Eevee.
All right. he is going to like, kind of like blink and then look back at you and then go, "Oh, it's you guys. Okay, okay, I didn't
Hey,
expect you guys here. Where's Okay, never mind. Uh Sorry, it's just I thought you guys got sent off elsewhere.
We did,
oh,
and then we got sent off again.
yep. And we're actually here to deliver something here as well.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, there's your guy. Hey, Ron, we got someone here for you. And he's gonna turn back to the Bastiodon, whose name is probably Ron, considering Dom just called him that. And the
Or it
Bastiodon's
could be
gonna
short
turn his
for
attention to
Robert.
you. It's Ron, like Ron,
Oh, Ron.
not Rob. It's Ron.
Oh.
Ron for Ronald.
Ron for Ron Stoppable.
Sorry for
I'm
the
going-
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Sorry. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Argus is going to hold up his gear. I
Yes.
have the thing.
Yep. We just came from Greenwood here, and we got your. We're here for the delivery of this gear. And do apologize for the interruption as well. Do apologize for the interruption as well. But I figured this is a bit of a priority, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Ron is gonna like look at you guys for like a couple seconds. Look at the just like dead stare at the gear for a couple of seconds. And then you see them light up and go, "Oh. Oh, we needed that. Yeah, thanks." Yeah, we're supposed to make copies of this, right?
Yeah, and a schematic thingy, which I already made. And Argus is going to ruffle in his bag and then pull out his paper with his schematic, with air quotes, of the gear.
Oh, where it's basically just like,
The tracing with his little ruler, or not ruler, the level bar.
did you make any notation of the width dimension?
How many level marks? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Which
So
is,
it's not depicted, but it is notated.
Yes, it is noted as level marks because he doesn't know the measurement system. So it'll be like 1 or 1/2 or without inches or anything.
All right, and as you show him this, he's going to look between the gear and the paper, and the gear and the paper, and then go, "Oh, it's a bit rough there, kid, but well, I'm sure that you were passionate about it."
That's why I want to get a real one because I figured mine probably wasn't.
Well, it's not unworkable, although it could certainly use some more detail.
I don't have any numbers. I just had this thing. He's holding up the level.
Either way, I suppose you probably need these here to start making more. I suppose. And do hope that there's nothing too bad on it or anything on that as well.
I didn't play with it.
Yeah, it's more or less on how we found it, since we did find it in a dungeon, but I just hope that it's not too damaged or it's still workable.
Well, let's see if it's and he's gonna like mumble to himself a bit, and then slowly walk off towards like a deeper area within. And he doesn't really explain what he's doing, but he did just wander off.
I just kind of shrug and I just go to Argus. Do you want to follow?
Yeah.
Should we follow it?
Yes, I want to follow. Maybe he's going to make the thing and I can learn how to make it better.
Kind of curious myself, so kind of like turn out the group. Just like I just kind of turn to the group. You don't mind if we try following Ron here, right? Like, unless you all want to do anything else. Kind of turning
I've
to
got no issue with it. Go for it.
Yeah,
So,
I actually was thinking of following too.
might be a good idea to make sure that he's okay with you following him. You know, don't want to get in trouble.
yeah, true, but yeah, I will be honest. I am slightly curious though.
Has Ron got very far at this point?
No, he does not move fast.
Okay, Sin is just gonna like kind of speak up, like move a little closer so he doesn't have to yell, but say, do you want us to follow you? Is it okay if we come with you?"
He's gonna like turn around a bit and then realize, oh, I mean, you can follow if you want. I'm just going to go and get some steel.
That
Well,
sounds cool.
God.
It's like you, Dart. He's grabbing a dart.
Lord.
I think I am more than just a simple block of steel.
No. The blocks of steel are dart shaped.
What?
An
I-
ingot is in the shape of a dart.
Argus, are you? You... We're very much confusing me right now, Argus.
I'm
By the way,
also confused.
By the way, as you're talking, Ron has already turned back around and continued walking.
Yeah, Sin is now following along with Ron,
Yeah.
shaking his
Argus is
head.
going to scurry after.
Ron, Vector has already been kind of tapping here. Ron just kind of out of curiosity. Oh. I turned to Argus. I understand. I now understand your curiosity.
There is a bunch of curiosity. I must know.
Tippy tappy.
Yep, and
Argus is going to tippy tappy as well. He's excited.
and he is going to open up a supply closet and pull out a couple bars of steel. He kind of like he kind of like sits these like on his back, like behind his head, like after like reaching out and grabbing them. That's just sort of where he puts them, and like they actually stack up rather surprisingly neatly there.
I can help. I could carry one.
Yeah,
Uh,
sorry for the follow. It's just really curious about, really curious about it. It's also that if you want to, we do want to know more what that gear does as well.
You were curious about a supply closet?
Well,
Yes.
I just like
We're
kind of
very new.
it's a little embarrassed, but yes.
He's gonna do like as good of a shrug as he can without displacing the metal bars on his back. And then think for a second, reach in, grab out another bar, and like kinda hand it to Argus.
Argus is going to gladly hold it.
Argus, you are now holding a 50-pound bar of steel.
Argus is more being held down by it.
It is at least less heavy than you are.
Insert metalpipe.mp3 sound effect with reverb.
It's that thing. It's that little animation thing where they hand someone something and then just let go and they drop like a rock, and that is Argus.
To note, this guy's carrying at least like 6 of these just on his back.
I need to be a big type like you.
I think see if Argus is struggling, Sid is going to attempt to also help Argus carry this one.
Yep, with both of you doing it, obviously that's going to be a whole lot easier than one of you trying to lift a 50-pound bar of steel.
It is so heavy. How do you make things out of it?
Ah, that was the next portion. And he actually sounds excited about that.
Oh.
If he's excited, Argus is excited.
Yep. Sid has a twinkle in his eyes.
Victor is writing notes and very excited.
And he is now moving towards a different area. And, like, for those of you who are following, like, Dom has also followed along, you can kind of hear him sigh going, oh, great, here you go. He's going to show off again.
Go on. What do you mean?
No, I'm just going to let him have it. Just.
Okay.
They look like they're about to have fun.
I gotta do the thing.
We're gonna do a thing. I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing a thing.
And so what he's going to do is he's going to go towards, like, you know, an area where, like, you know, everything is nice, made out of stone, and it seems like it's almost an unlit forge and anvil working area. Notably, you also don't see any fuel there.
Huh.
As Ron will then like, you know, start stacking up the bars next to the forge, take the bar that he handed to Argus and that Argus and Sin were now carrying, and place it inside of the unlit forge.
Huh.
Nothing's happening.
And he's going to nod a bit, and then go, yes, nothing is happening yet. Oh, how sensitive are all of you to heat?
I'm pretty good at resisting heat.
I should be pretty fine.
I don't like the powder, the snow.
Well, I don't mind heat. I just gonna step back and if there's fire. Starting to shuffle back a little away from it.
I think I should be fine with fire. So I should be good.
Argus is 4 times resistant.
I'm 4 times weak.
And
or I could put you out.
and what he's gonna do is he's going to sort of, like, you know, like half stand on the like, you know, he's got his 2 back legs on the normal ground, and then he's got 2 legs on the lip, and he's sort of like looking down into the forge, opens his mouth, and you hear Dom sigh as Ron closes his eyes. And this is a good time to bring up that Bastiodon can learn Fire Blast.
I know.
That's what I was kind of expecting.
Argus is going to be, like, right up next to the forge.
Yep. And Ron is now going to use Fire Blast to effectively just absolutely get this piece of metal heated up as much as he can. And then what he does after he does this, and basically, like, a ridiculous amount of fire, like, fills up the forge area and goes up. Thankfully not spilling out and around, although it is suddenly very hot in the vicinity. As he now takes out a cherry red piece of steel that maybe he heated up a bit too much, but he doesn't seem too bothered about that right now. Puts it onto the anvil area, which has no tools, and then proceeds to lift up one of his legs, and he is now going to be using what was the name of the move? I forgot the name of this.
Heavy slam.
Yeah,
Arm hammer?
yeah, he's using a heavy slam. That was the word. That was the
Okay.
name for it. And he's going to be using heavy slam to basically act like one of those like, hydraulic hammers that are used in forging.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's using his leg as a hydraulic hammer as he proceeds to work this cherry red heated piece of metal. And it is sending sparks flying. It is loud. But he is proceeding to forge with literally no tools, as he's occasionally looking over at the gear and then continuing to work this piece of metal in front of you.
Argus is very excited. And he has a hammer. Argus wants to try.
And let's see how good of a job this guy does. All right, Ron. Doing pretty decent. Okay. There's 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. With 12 total successes, he is going to make effectively almost a perfect copy of that gear just instantly.
That is so
Oh.
cool!
And
That is really cool.
he's gonna hand it to Argus, and it's like still hot. But like, you're pretty fire resistant, and it seems like he doesn't care too much. And he's gonna go, and here's a souvenir.
Whoa, okay, that is cool.
Argus is like clutching it to his chest. He doesn't care if it's hot.
It is very hot.
Can I cool it down with the water gun?
Oh, quenching is generally a good idea, yes, if you want it to be very functional.
Oh.
I'm going to do that.
Wait.
I hold that. Wait, what?
Can I put it down first?
Oh,
so I don't get hit?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, go ahead.
Argus is gonna put it down.
And then I'm just gonna use a water gun to kind of cool it down. It's like, if it's gonna help, it's gonna help. So yes, I used the water gun. Do I need to make an attack move still, or
No, you could just narratively use it. And he will go ahead and say, sorry, in my excitement, I kind of forgot to use ice beam on a bucket nearby and then flamethrower on it to heat it up, to melt it. Then again, this wasn't meant for use, so.
We have our water.
We do, yes, but I do prefer to be self-sufficient.
Can we try to make one? We have a fire puppy, and I have a hammer, and we have the tongy things, and when we work together, we could pick it up. I think we can make one.
I don't know why I'm suddenly like thinking like, the handshake where like the two like with like that's like all muscles, it's like the muscled handshake meme. I'm just imagining that it's just the three, just like Argus with the tools, Amos with the fire, Vector with the water.
We could even
Forging
have Jeff
stuff.
use the electrolysis to help cut off bits of metal.
our mini factory.
I think we could do it.
Sorry, go ahead.
And he will give you all a look and like sort of seem excited. And then Dom is gonna cough a tiny bit, and then Ron's gonna look over and realize, oh, sorry, I should probably make sure that you get paid for your job first.
And then we can try
That
to make
seems
one?
like a good idea. Yes, I should do that.
Yeah.
Argus will put the wet gear in his bag.
You now have a gear that was forged effectively only with moves by a single individual.
Awesome!
I mean, we go one step further than this. If Dart uses enough pellet shots, we could have a gear made out of pellets.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my god, yes!
be
Every
fair,
one
you
of
could
us
just-
can contribute.
To be fair, please remember that things that are made out of moves will disappear generally at the end of the current scene.
Aww.
If you need it for a scene, though, you could do that. If you only need it temporarily.
So what you're saying, it'd be the perfect weapon because there'd be no evidence afterwards.
Well, yes, but
Oh.
at that point, you could just use the moves to kill someone.
So I'm gonna use my 13 gold to buy a bar of steel, and we can all forge a gear. And it can be our friendship gear.
First, see how much the material costs before you spend all of your money on one. I'm sure someone would be happy to get 13 gold for one, but
Okay, I'm back.
so does Ron start heading back to the
Yeah, but basically only after like telling all of you to stay there.
okay. Sid is, gonna stay there like you're told.
Argus is going to pull out his tongs, his chisel, his hammer, and start, making a battle plan of how we can all work together to make one. This is his goal now.
And Adam's kind of gonna go, Ron's a great guy, but he kind of forgets to do his job half the time.
I think this is awesome though. He's good at his job if he makes gears.
His job isn't to make gears. It's supposed to be running the local branch.
But he made a gear.
He's not about to make one gear. He's gonna point over at the 6 remaining bars. Notably, you kind of got 7 people, so he's not gonna make just one gear. He's going to make a gear for all of you. Just to, I don't know why, but it's kind of. Trust me, he's going to do it.
Oh, but we get to make but gears. Sorry,
I don't know what he expects you to do with gears, but he's going to give you all a gear.
I guess we're gonna we'll figure out something. But most importantly, though, the gear has been delivered, and that is the most important thing at the moment. As long as it's
The
safe and
most
sound.
important. Argus is going to grab Vector. No, the most important thing is we need to make one.
Okay.
Anyways, where's the Abra?
Oh,
What
the
Abra?
Abra. Oh, the Abra. Kaza. Well, while we were making our way over, we got sort of ambushed, and I just kind of proceeded to kind of tell the whole, like, the tepig and the ambush. Fortunately, Kaza had to go to, essentially he teleported away, or they teleported away to go to a doctor to get patched up, but So unfortunately, he won't be with us at the moment.
Dom's gonna take in a deep breath, hold it for a second, and then exhale and go, I don't know who it'll be worse to have to tell this to, because Edge is going to lose his shit, and then I don't even want to think about what Pops might do.
What?
Pops,
Should-
the
Wait.
guy that was
Oh.
trying to...
Yeah, no, I'm very aware. It's just, is this something that we should be concerned as well?
Well, Edge was kind of hoping to give the kid a damn break, because he did 57 missions in the span of a couple days. You ain't gonna be happy that, apparently he got ambushed, hurt, poisoned, and had to teleport away, and we have no clue.
I know.
By the way, guys, just to remind you, he did actually write a letter for the guild before disappearing.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah. And he's like, who has the letter?
How's the letter?
The letter.
I think Sin took the letter, because Sin was there with when Kaza was writing it and then trying to carry him. So
I don't know.
guess
I think Argus had it because Argus gave over the snow globe.
I did. Oh,
I mean, there
have
were
a-
3 of us there that were trying to tend to him and take care of him and stuff, and I think we could just... We hand it over, okay?
Yeah.
One of us has it, don't know who. Here you go.
Did any of you bother like reading it, or was it just like, oh hey, you had it now?
It was just more. I think it was. We kind of took it as this was only for the guild
he
members'
read it
eyes.
aloud as he said it.
Oh, good.
All right,
He-
but you're gonna pass it over to Dom, right?
yeah.
He's gonna like start reading it, and then sigh and go. So he wrote out like effectively a last will and then teleported away. It literally says what to do with his assets if he doesn't come back.
Pretty much, but I assume it's not bad. Again, they are going to be teleporting to. They said they're going to be teleported to a doctor they know, so I'm sure they're being taken care of, but it seems to be more of a leave of absence at the moment.
Yeah, you know what? What if I just don't tell them? What if I just don't? What if I just lie?
I don't know. I know it probably is best way to avoid, but though in this kind of situation, it would be probably best to tell them, as albeit they how upset they may be. It is. I feel like that might be some important information in case if questions do bring about, or if we need it, or if they need them. But we can't just say, "Hey, they're so busy," that I don't know. That just
I know, but can I just not tell them? Like, you can kind of tell that Dom is just like, I understand that this is the best thing to do is just to tell them, but like, can I just not?
I know that feeling.
it probably is best to tell them what happened, but maybe you don't need the will and testament, because that might make them worry more than is needed until we find out what happened. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna go into detail with them. I'll tell them. I'm just not going into detail.
Fair enough. Though I would say, or possibly, possibly they. I don't know.
And
We're hoping for the best. Let's just say
he's just gonna kind of tuck that away, and Dom is gonna come back with a bag of coins.
oh,
For this, you are being paid a total of 175 coins, gold coins.
Are we being bribed?
No, you're just being paid for the completion of your job.
Oh, okay, good.
yeah, I just being bribed.
Yeah,
No.
I for a second also thought that because I think you might have said Dom instead of Ron.
Okay,
Can I
maybe.
can I use my share to try to bribe him to let us make one?
God damn it. Nick.
I'm trying to spend all the money.
No, Argus, I'm just gonna save that money. We can always get
Okay.
now we know how to use it, or now we know how to make it.
So how much did we get in total?
175 gold.
175.
If there's 7 of us, that's 25 for each.
I know before we had set up a percentage, like we would each get a small percentage of money that came in, and then the rest would go to the group fund. I want to say it was half half goes to the group and then the other half gets split up, but I don't remember. Anybody remember?
I don't remember anything solid being decided on, but I do remember it being talked about.
Well, we could worry about that later. At the moment, I don't think we're gonna be spending too much at the moment, but let
And now that he has successfully technically completed his job, Ron is immediately going back to making more gears for you guys.
Argus is excited. As he's making them, Argus is going to be putting the steel bars into the forge for him. Or trying to get Vector to put them out. Or cool them off.
yeah, at least I'll get the bucket ready with water.
Bucket Lord.
It was for once it wasn't Bucket Lord related, but he's resisting hard. But then again, the idea of possibly using this as with very hot metal. I don't know. I don't think Vector wants to play around in that kind of environment. If it's in a well, okay, fine. It's harmless. But we're dealing with superheated metal that is being forged, and quite delicate. If at times, yeah, I think I think Vector will leave the bucket as to its current
Intended
function.
purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Yeah, so all of you will now have a gear.
How's that?
Very nice.
Now, is it like a small gear? Is it really big gear? Like, what's the size of it?
It's actually fairly big, but it has a bulk of 0.5.
Oh,
0.5.
0.5. Wait, grams, pounds?
Bulk.
Bulk?
Yeah,
Bulk.
it's a bulk system, so not a pound or gram.
Yeah, it's not like you can only carry a certain amount of pounds. It's a mix between weight and mass, like the size.
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
carrying around, like, trying to carry around, like, a bunch of balloons, like, without strings will have actually a surprisingly high bulk just because of, you know, how ungainly they are.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I went with the bulk system is, you know,
gotcha.
technically, you know, the weight of those balloons may technically be, you know, negative considering they float, but realistically, trying to actually carry those around is going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, for this, it's actually, like, pretty heavy, but, like, it's not exactly hard to carry.
Mm-hmm.
It fits in a bag.
I also find it really funny that I typed for my inventory. I typed in 1 Metal Gear, and he immediately thought Vector and eye patch should have bandana. Metal Gear.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Although I did want to ask, Zib, you did say we would be ending a bit early, so I wanted to check
I was
on that.
figuring we could go for about another 25 minutes. When I was meaning early, I meant like the early stopping point instead of the later one.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like earlier. Okay.
Yeah, I was meaning the early stopping point instead of the later.
All right. In that case, once he's done with like, you know, making you gears, Ron is then going to like pause a second and then go, "Wait, you said you were new around here, right?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just got here.
Yep.
He is now immediately walking off again.
Oh.
Yeah, follow.
While
Follow
Ron's
the
gone,
Supersmith.
while Ron is gone, Dart's gonna take a quick look at the gear.
All right.
Can we?
It is made of metal, obviously, and it is actually surprisingly close to any other copies of the gear that you are like comparing it to. Obviously, it's not like machine precise, but like it is actually fairly, like, surprisingly close.
Is there a secret functionality with the gear?
I don't know. You kind of like stick them together and they work as a gear.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Friendship
The Argus
gears.
as he plays with the toy gears.
Sorry, I had to make that joke.
I just love I love the joke. I'm just imagining just Argus is playing with the gears and Dart's licking one like a lollipop.
Yes. Would you like to do anything with your gear, Dart?
I just give it a test lick.
All right. It actually kind of tastes like decent, but then again, like licking metal just kind of tends to taste decent to you.
Don't eat it. It's not a snack. It's a toy.
So you can hear Sin's stomach rumble at the mention of snack, and see Sin is eyeing up his gear. Kind of mumbles. Well, steel types can eat metal, if I remember right. More stomach rumbling.
This is amazing considering what I had planned for this. Ron is now going to be, you know, just coming back, and he has an entirely different bag now.
Oh.
And he will place it in the middle of all of you, and it is a bag that is closed with a drawstring. You're not entirely sure how he actually tied that drawstring, by the way. And it is it's actually fairly large, and it was just like placed down in the middle of all of you, and he just looks so proud of himself.
What is that?
Are we
Touches
supposed
the
to
bag to
open
feel
it?
the bag.
As you are new to the town, enjoy a local delicacy.
Oh,
You don't have to eat the gear. We have snacks.
Was only giving it a lick.
Well, I was
It-
telling Sin that.
Sid is looking a bit embarrassed at the exclamation, but pull the drawstring.
And inside are sticks of rock candy.
Ooh.
It's a candy rock.
is it?
Yes.
I look up. Think, wait, we can eat this?
Yes, it is edible for non-rock, steel, ground, just whatever. For non-mineral eating types, this is actually mostly sugar.
Wait, by that, does that mean that those types you mentioned, they can't have it?
Oh no, they can.
Oh,
It is.
okay.
It is regular edible.
Oh,
It's like a
Vector's-
berry, only it looks tastier.
Vector's
They
already
are.
licking.
They are of various colors.
Is there a pink one?
There is.
Sin,
There are colors of all types.
Sin is going right for one of the pink ones.
Vector wants the light blue one.
Argus will take the brown one.
It's just gonna tilt his head just for a brief moment and you say, mineral eating Pokemon?
Oh yes. Many different Pokemon are capable of eating minerals. You are one of them. And he's going to like with the same leg that like he uses to like basically as a metal press, he's just going to like lightly tap your head and it's going to make like, just a little bit of like, metal on metal sounds.
Oh no, he presses dart into a gear.
No. Yeah. And with a piece of rock candy sticking out of his mouth, Sin is going to say, I was told that steel types, for example, can eat many types of metal, and some do for fun. His stomach rumbles again, and he quickly puts his gear in his bag, as if to tell himself no.
That is also true. Although there are some steel types that can also eat metal.
Wait, what? My brain just shut off for like a split second.
Oh, he just
And,
said there are non-steel types that can also eat metal. But yes.
Okay. And gonna hear some crunching as Sin is crunching on some of the rock candy.
It is very sweet.
Yeah. And sorry, go ahead.
You first.
Sin, I was just say Sin is going to say, this is probably not very good to eat on an empty stomach by itself. Might need to get some actual food soon too. Also, crunch crunch, very, very, very tasty.
Ron looked like he was deflating very slightly when you mentioned the problems with just giving a bunch of people candy. As in, it's not very like good for you and very filling. But like as you proceeded to continue to eat, that he like perks back up.
Yeah.
Dart was
Thank you
gonna
for the food, mister.
Yeah, Dart was gonna grab one of the remaining rock candies, but then also opened the question and just asked like, Since we are in Iron Valley, is there... would there be anyone who would be a good mentor for steel and ground types? Because I'm very inexperienced.
Oh, all over the place, really. You see, there's actually a lot of steel and ground types that live around here, and even before the boom, it was mostly comprised of rock, steel, ground, fire, those kinds of types, the kinds that generally tend to do good in areas such as this. Although it does depend about, what kind of stuff you're trying to learn.
Dart's going to pause for a moment. Yes.
Then a clarification. What kind of stuff you're going to try to learn first?
I want to learn how to make a gear.
Sin is going to pipe up with I personally want to try and learn more about how to use the typings like moves better. But I'm still trying to get used to like what is strong against my moves are strong against, and then what uses they might have out of combat.
He sort of gives like a thoughtful look. And then sort of just goes, well, there are plenty of mentors around the guild. Although, these days we've kind of been a little bit short-staffed, but I am still fairly certain that if you ask anyone for help, that they'll try their best to aid you.
I will ponder that question a bit more and probably ask you in a little bit.
Well, then I hope you enjoy your time here in Iron Valley. If you do want a place to sleep, obviously, as you are guild members, the guild is very open to housing.
Yeah. And again, I do appreciate the snack and also making the gears as well. It's been a lot. Tippy.
Yeah, he doesn't like verbally respond, but you kind of like see him perk up a bit.
Oh, right. Which reminds me, actually. I do want to ask you about something here as well. And perhaps since you are more familiar at this parts here as well, have you been noticing any changes to the, or any news about robberies or highwaymen coming into Iron Valley?
What do you mean, coming into the town?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah, there was there were those robed folk that came by and just grabbed a bunch of valuables and then left.
The Alabaster Gleam, they're bad guys.
Wait, I do want to ask as well, did one of them was a Tepvig by chance?
I mean, I didn't memorize everyone in that group, but I don't think so, at least.
Yeah, I do want to at least report that while we were trying to deliver the gear, we were attacked. I don't know if there was any familiarity, but while we were guarding the caravan and obviously the gear, we well, they did mention that most of the time that or actually very rarely that, or if not never, attack anyone coming into the valley. I mean, I guess some of the folks understand why people would attack during leaving, but this is the first time we ever heard from the locals, that is, that this was probably very strange that they were attacking when we were going to here, especially with the gear on hand. So I was just wondering if there was anything suspicious or anything that that the guild may have noticed.
All right, I'm gonna have him go ahead and roll a lore check to see if he remembers. By the way, lore is the skill you use when trying to remember something. He's decided to roll no tens. There's 1, 2. Okay. looks like he doesn't. He's gonna think for a good minute or two, and then kind of shake his head and go, "No, I can't remember any sort of strange goings on like that."
Hmm. Richard just kind of turns to the group and it's like he just kind of gives a small shrug, but he kind of turns back towards Ron and asks, "Well, I suppose, do you have anyone who has keeps records by any chance?"
Oh, well, I guess it depends on the kind of records you want. Do you want production records? Do you want
Oh, yeah,
trade records?
yeah, probably trade records and possible incidents of any robbery or anything like that as well.
Hmm.
One,
I'm more intrigued about the fact that we just kind of slightly skimmed over the fact that road people just came in and left, and you guys didn't stop them?
Well, they didn't really do much, and we kind of have a lot of travelers, so when a bunch of road people sort of came in, we didn't think too much of it because they all came in one group, and, well, it just seemed like a uniform for a bunch of travelers. And then they just grabbed some valuables and left, and, well...
Including things on the statue?
Yes. And so well, we don't exactly have a lot of very fast people around here.
hmm.
So when they ran away and left, we kind of just couldn't keep up with them.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Alright. Hopefully nothing bad happens here soon.
But yes, but yeah, it's like, would there be anywhere I could find those records? I don't know if you mentioned it. Sorry.
You said it depends on the records.
Oh, it depends on the, but I mean, I still wanted to. I still want to review it nonetheless. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't. It wouldn't hurt to check. Oh, and
Not at all.
hopefully, well, and again, I do apologize for kind of suddenly asking and requesting these records, but it's just out of curiosity, and might as well check just in case if it's nothing to if it's needing to be investigated or not.
Oh, in that case, it'd probably be best to check with the chair of finances.
Your finances.
Yes, here in Iron Valley, we have a council of sorts. And, technically speaking, I'm chair of the guild. And, the person you'd be looking for is chair of finances, and they're kind of in charge of the financials of the town.
Hmm. Are they at their own? Do they have their own building, or they're nearby near the guild house?
Not the guild house, but, more in the merchant sector.
Director's just kind of writing it down. It's a sector. Oh, thank you so much for the information here as well. And plus that, we'll be able to hit two. We'll be able to hit two things at once now, because we did want to check out that merchant sector as well. But this is perfect. Might be able to stop by and maybe ask a few questions and gather some information. Victor closes the book, put that away, put this pencil away. Huh. All right. And again, like I said, thank you so much for the rock candy though. It was very good. And hopefully there'll be more. But yeah, but he Vector's very happy.
Sim is going to finally finishing with his rock candy because he started to eat it a little slower, realizing he was eating it fast. Kind of say, "Oh, something I was going to ask. Is there anyone in the guild that is a craftsperson for accessories and such? Maybe I could learn some more from one of them if there is any. I I was wanting to try and craft some jewelry and other accessories, but I realized I don't remember a lot of the tools that I probably will need."
And I'd like to learn how to do what you did.
Well, I can certainly help with one of those. The other, I'm I'm not one for delicate work.
Then it will nod, but then that's understandable. Do you know if there's anyone that might be uh uh good to ask about it?
Well, well, it's certainly been a while since she ran it, but before she became the chair of finance, Doris did used to actually run a jeweler's. I don't know if she did the jeweling herself, but she did run a shop for it, so.
Sparkle eyes. These Sin is now more excited to go and do the things we need to do. Making a little note in his notebook. Okay. Well, thank you again for all the help. Oh, and for the candy. Okay, I'm going to
And the
need to
gears.
get more. Yep, and the gears. I'm going to need to get more of that candy before I start munching on my gear. He's going to. You're going to hear his stomach rumble again. Maybe actually some food would be better. But thank you. If you end up needing anything, just let me know. Well, I'm always happy to help. Oh. And then looks to the rest of the group. But we should probably go before it gets too late.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty be a good idea.
But I wanted to learn.
Well, if he has time, I'm sure you could probably stay and learn, and then we can all meet up later.
But yeah, unless artist, you want to, if unless you want to try to stay in here.
I mean, if he's not busy and can teach, otherwise I guess I can go.
Ron's kind of like opens up his mouth and then looks over at Dom, who's like not involved in the conversation really, but is just kind of nearby. And then closes his mouth again and looks back. It clears his throat and goes, maybe at the end of my shift, at the end of it, I can then teach you things.
When's that at? Because I don't know when that.
Oh, in a couple hours. My shift ends around dinner time, which is coming up, well, fairly soon. Although it looks like you guys might have it a bit early.
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
then I can come back later if you're done.
Yes.
Argus is tippy tapping, bouncing from one claw to the other.
happy.
Tippy tappy, tippy tappy.
All right. And are you guys going to be leaving the area now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
Mission
I
complete.
mean, technically nothing says we have to, but...
We have goals to accomplish, so technically.
If we want to accomplish anything, we have to.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Victor is very happy after finishing his rock candy. And may have the zoomies.
Oh god, we let Vector have sugar.
You did.
Hold on, let me roll something.
Oh,
Evens he has the zoomies, odds he doesn't. Ah, he does not have the zoomies.
boy.
Yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it.
All right. In that case, Dom and Ron will be continuing their conversation. If any of you guys do want to actually listen into it, now would probably be the time to roll a hearing-based perception check.
Oh yeah.
Sure, why not?
Perception.
Hearing-based perception check.
5. 9.
How's that body?
Any expertise?
6.
You may use any that you so wish. Obviously, this is going to be at the end of session, so
I will
if you
use
have soul, you might want to use it.
Yep, I'm using a
Oh,
soul.
soul on that last
You
one.
know what? Fair.
Yeah.
I should use a soul.
I am using a soul on that
Oh,
one, so just to
Okay,
negate it.
I guess I just used a will instead, but
Make sure to put your totals in the chat at the end.
Oh,
Wow, that one was very persistent.
True.
1, 2. Oh, what's the difficult rating? 7 still?
7s.
7s, okay.
Sin, did you want to listen in or no?
No, Sin is not going to listen into the private conversation. Oh.
All right. In that case, Argus, Azareth, Dart, and Jet, you all would hear Dom kind of exasperatedly say, okay, look, I know you're a naturalist when it comes to just make the damn armor for the guy. We don't have Xerneas. He's sealed away asleep. Just make him the armor.
he's still sleeping.
And that is about all that you will get out of this conversation, unless you feel like lingering a tiny bit longer just to see if you can't pick up some more things.
I'm just sad Xerneas is still asleep.
Dart won't pry right now.
All right. Well, if that's it, then I believe that this would be an amazing time to end session.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think session went well.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us today for Starlight New Dawn Scar, as well as this art stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, grabbing some packs of cards or stream loots, or picking up some merch over at zgfgaming.store, where we have been launching our Scar type emblem merch. There's lots of new products on there for you guys to go check out and support the development of our Scar system with that. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Real cute.
Oh, cuties.